congratulate Coach Kiffin and his staff for doing an outstanding job. They're well prepared. Their tempo gave us a lot of issues defensively. Didn't really get anything going on offense. We had some opportunities for momentum plays, missed a field goal early to kind of cut the game to 14. And we just kind of spiraled out of control starting the second half. Didn't do a good job with the middle eight. They're to be commended for what they did. We got to go to the drawing board as a staff and as an organization. Get back dialed in, look at what we did well, look at the things we did wrong, take a real good self-analysis of the plan in all three phases, and making sure we're getting the right players and giving those players the right opportunities to be successful in all three phases. That I'll have questions.
Did it surprise you how much you struggled to find the downfield passing game?
We really didn't try as much as we should have. They did put a safety over top of Ted a lot of the times, so they kind of predicated those situations. So we got to do a better job of scheming things up, putting them in the slot. With a double team would be as significant. Third down offense has to improve drastically. Way too many 3-and-outs, and also just third down conversions, not to the standard. And when you can't sustain drives, you can't put or convert third downs, and we're putting our defense back in the hole. I was pleased with our defense of having some big stops, a couple of big picks, way too many blown coverages, didn't tackle well. Just a lot of tackles, a lot of knockback opportunities that we didn't maximize. So it's just a lot of plethora of things that comes from a first game with a new unit. And as the leader of this organization, I have to make sure we improve in all areas.
Where do things sit with the quarterback now? I mean, Cam basically played the final 2.5 quarters, 1.5 quarters, whatever it was, and didn't go back to Christian after that pick.
It wasn't nothing about the pick that we just wanted to make sure we played Cam, and we actually played a lot of other young guys that the latter half of the third quarter, fourth quarter, because we wanted to see what guys could do and what they could process in a game atmosphere. So it ended up being a deal where let's take our older guys out, let's see what these younger guys can do, and see what they're capable of doing, and try to develop our roster, and just, like I say, find an identity and find out who can play winning football. And playing against Ole Miss, bigger school, better athletes. It was a great test to our guys. But when you play a team like this, you can't give them anything. And they didn't give us a lot. They gave us the 2 interceptions, or we earned the 2 interceptions. But when you're outmanned in a certain sense, we got to make sure we maximize those opportunities to keep those momentum going. As the third quarter started, we lost momentum. So I decided to play more guys and see who could do what. And there were some bright spots in there. But we just got to go back and look at the tape and make corrections, and we got to be better as coaches.
You mentioned the missed field goal. There's some sloppiness with the special teams. There's a penalty that led to a 2-point conversion. Some penalties on those punts. A couple of the early punts maybe a little shorter, lower hang time than you wanted, I guess.
Very bad hang time, very bad operation. The one that almost got dropped. We got to get the ball under. You got to get the punt off under 2 seconds. You can't do 2:08. That'll get a punt block. So, like I say, all 3 phases, we have to go back and reassess, make sure we got the right guys in there. And, the game's not played by names, it's played by how you execute on the football field, the amount of effort that it takes to win football games. And we just didn't have that throughout the game.
And it was mentioned on the broadcast situation with Tyler. I guess from your perspective, what happened there and with Tyler Scott?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't there, but I went to Coach Kiffin and apologized. I think someone from the Ole Miss team snatched his towel. He snatched a chain. Words were exchanged. But that's just not who we are as a university, and we're not going to allow guys to represent us that way. That was one reason he did not play at all. So it was a disciplinary action that I took as the head coach, because we're not going to have that as a standard here.
I guess, how do you regroup the guys after that 38-0 second half and just kind of not getting to end the game on any kind of positive momentum?
Yeah, like I said, we play a lot of guys. There are positives here or there, and that was just more so how can we learn from the mistakes that we made, and that's coaches included. As far as the plan, who we're expecting to do certain things, are we really looking at what this player can do, what this player is not capable of doing, and like I said, it's going to be a deep dive by everybody. That's what it's supposed to be. We're not here to put a product on the field that looked the way it did tonight.
Does the performance make you feel more discouraged from maybe where you wanted to be entering week 2?
I mean, not necessarily discouraged. I mean, we had our moments. Because our kids were fighting, they were playing hard. Like even with the miscues that we had, we just didn't maximize those opportunities to keep the game closer, tighter, and as most of you all know, football is a game of momentum, and when you don't sustain or regain momentum when it's offered to you, things can get out of control fast, especially against a good team like Ole Miss.